The new Samsung toilet is here to stay with its all-new functionality and sleek look. Its features can make it a great option to reduce waste. What's the concept behind the toilet? What are the features of the toilet? Stay tuned to find out all the important unanswered questions we need answered about the Samsung toilet. First up, what are the features of the reinvented toilet? The Samsung toilet is not taken lightly and is considered to change the world. It has given grants to designers and activists from more than 29 nations, and it has also used the challenge to spread awareness of the need for safe and affordable sanitation. The Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology, Samsung's research division, wrote to the Gates Foundation in 2019 with a proposal for a toilet that would kill pathogens and recycle water. It would be better for the environment and public health than the toilets most of us are accustomed to. It debuted a functional prototype the previous week. According to Samsung, the toilet's bioprocessing technologies eliminate pathogens from human waste, minimizing any potential harm to the public's health. The system burns and dehydrates solid waste, reducing it to ash. It's unclear whether the water that has undergone a biological purification process is ultimately recycled for use in toilets or somewhere else. Although combustion is generally not preferred because it produces greenhouse gases, its use in Samsung's prototype toilet is probably seen as a little better than the conventional toilet. Next up, what is the concept behind the toilet? Bill Gates and Vice Chairman Lee Jae-young discussed the finished product and exchanged ideas on how to use it on August 16th. According to a statement released by Samsung on Thursday, the core technologies developed by Samsung include heat treatment and bioprocessing technologies, which kill the pathogens from human waste and make the effluent and solids released in the process safe for the environment. By incorporating new technologies into various prototypes, Samsung Electronics and the Gates Foundation set out to reinvent the toilet in 2019. The foundation launched the Reinvent the Toilet Challenge in 2011 to encourage the development of new technologies for the secure and efficient management of human waste. The initiative aims to safeguard individuals and communities from bacteria, which would initially be spread by human waste. It is a red flag, especially for the approximately 3.5 billion people who reside in crowded urban areas with subpar sanitation systems. Despite a rise in urbanization, many underdeveloped nations have appalling sanitation and hygiene issues. This toilet will be reinforced in lands with a scarcity of water and clean supplies. The whole reason this toilet was built is to facilitate poor areas of the world. Next off, what is the Reinvent the Toilet Challenge? When the Gates Foundation issued a challenge in 2011 inviting researchers to redesign the utility, the notion of reinventing the toilet was first put forth. In response to the Reinvent the Toilet Challenge, Samsung Electronics recently announced that it had finished a project in partnership with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that resulted in the creation of a prototype toilet that is secure and suited for domestic use. The ideally very small combustion processes used in Samsung's prototype may be thought of as more tolerable than the hundreds of thousands of deaths that could have been avoided. The toilet is not yet ready for the market. Samsung has pledged to offer royalty-free patent licenses to make the design more widely accessible. In the Reinvent the Toilet initiative, the Gates Foundation mandated that toilets should operate with minimal power consumption and be free of plumbing or sewage connections. The toilet should not cost more than 0.05 cents per user per day, and harmful germs should be eliminated. At Beijing's Reinvented Toilet Expo the year prior, Bill Gates had scaled a stage with a jar of waste and declared a worldwide toilet revolution. According to Samsung, the creation of the key technologies for the new toilet is complete. The company now intends to work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to provide the technology in developing nations without requiring a license. Next off, how is Bill Gates involved in the production? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology, SAIT, the company's research and development division, started working together on the reinvented toilet in 2019. SAIT recently finished developing the core technologies for the toilet and successfully developed and tested a prototype. Gyo-young Jin, president and head of SAIT, Dule Kone, deputy director, water, sanitation and hygiene, and Sun Kim, senior program officer, water, sanitation and hygiene at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Young Chai Lee, external advisor to the foundation, attended an event announcing the conclusion of the reinvented toilet project at SAIT in Suwon, Korea. On August 16th, Bill Gates, co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and J.Y. Lee, vice chairman of Samsung Electronics, met to discuss the results of the reinvented toilet project and to exchange ideas about global social contribution initiatives. Bill Gates presented the foundation's charitable goals and ongoing projects at the meeting, and Vice Chairman Lee reaffirmed Samsung's commitment to using its technologies to help solve some of the world's most pressing problems. Next off, what does Bill Gates have to say about the toilet? The Gates Foundation played a vital role in the making of the toilet and has had some iconic moments along the way. The toilets are now available for promotion to product and sanitation service companies. Through the creation of new, valuable sanitation markets, these technologies are at the forefront of a growing movement to quickly improve sanitation and advance the achievement of global water. Before the exhibition, Gates stated over the phone that our goal is to be at 5 cents a day. Small-scale waste treatment facilities might be useful for purposes other than managing human waste. Due to its low marginal operating costs in comparison to the value of the fertilizer and clean water it produces, he claimed that there are some uses for managing the effluent from intensive livestock production, such as irrigation. Gates shared with the Reinvented Toilet Expo in Beijing on Tuesday, "The technologies you'll see here are the most significant advances in sanitation in nearly 200 years." Gates, who along with his wife Melinda has donated more than $35.8 billion to the foundation since 1994, claimed that about 10 years ago, after quitting his full-time job at Microsoft, he developed an interest in sanitation. "I never imagined that I'd know so much about poop," he jokingly said, "and I never thought that Melinda would have to tell me to stop talking about toilets and fecal sludge at the dinner table." Next up, how are conventional toilets harming our environment? Unconventional toilets result in the contamination of the environment with human waste. The waste from infected people can contaminate a community's land and water without proper sanitation facilities, raising the risk of infection for others. Many disease-causing agents' cycles of infection can be slowed by proper waste disposal. They spread numerous illnesses and conditions that can result in widespread illness and death. People frequently have no choice but to live in and drink water from an environment that is contaminated with waste from infected individuals in the absence of proper sanitation facilities, putting themselves at risk for future infection. Numerous bacteria and other germs that can be spread through tainted soil, food, water, and insects like flies are spread by improper waste disposal. According to the World Health Organization and UNICEF, nearly 1/3 of schools worldwide still do not have access to basic water, sanitation, and hygiene services. As a result, 500,000 children under the age of 5 pass away every year from diarrheal diseases brought on by a lack of access to clean water and proper hygiene, according to the World Health Organization. In particular, those who reside in populated urban areas lacking adequate infrastructure or flooded areas are particularly susceptible to infection as a result of unsanitary practices. The construction of restrooms and latrines may allow school children, particularly girls, to continue their education by remaining in the educational system. Next off, what is the future of reinvented toilets? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation put forth its concept for a future waterless toilet. Instead, it turns human waste into fertilizer using chemicals. There are various toilet designs, but they all function by separating liquid from solid waste. The current toilet simply sends the waste away into the water, whereas these toilets don't have a sewer. They take both the liquids and solids and do chemical work on them, including burning them in most cases, Gates told Reuters. In the middle of the 1970s, he made a comparison between the development of personal computers and waterless toilets. The waterless toilets will be displayed to manufacturers by the researchers. By 2030, according to Gates, the toilet market will be worth more than $6 billion. Since 2011, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has committed more than $200 million to advance the study and creation of safe sanitation technology. At the 3-day expo, more than 20 businesses and research institutions will display cutting-edge bathroom innovations. These include self-contained toilets, the Omni processor, a compact self-powered waste treatment system, and other innovations. As we continue to support reinvented toilets, we also want to aid in the challenging process of developing a market for them. Do you think this toilet can help in creating better sanitary conditions? Is this toilet as good as it sounds? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching.